Hi, I'm Nadia Sarah, and this is my presentation on sound. So the first thing I will talk about is sound waves. What are sound waves? Well, sound waves are the transfer of energy from a vibrating object in waves that travel through matter, which are also known as mechanical waves because sound waves are mechanical waves. And sound waves travel from the compressions of air, which releases sound, and also this means a higher frequency equals a higher sound or pitch. And the different aspects of sound waves. So there are different aspects of sound waves, such as the Doppler effect, which basically an example would be if you hear a police car going by, the farther it is, the sound of the sirens will be. And another aspect is echo. Echo is basically the reflection of sound waves. For example, if you were in an empty room and you made a noise, then you would hear an echo in the air throughout the room. The next thing I will talk about is the speed of sound. So, what is the speed of sound? Well, the speed of sound is the distance of sound waves travel in a given amount of time, which is also measured in meters per second. And there's different effects based on how the types of matter. So matter affects the speed of sound based on how solidified it is. For example, dry air would have a speed of sound of 343 meters per second, while glass has 4,540 meters per second. And temperature also affects the speed of sound too. So, for example, if it was 0 degrees Celsius in the air or whatever room, the speed of the sound waves would be 331 meters per second, while if the temperature was 100 degrees Celsius, the speed of waves would be 386 meters per second. The next thing I will talk about is how hearing relates to the ear. Well, how hearing and the ear are connected to sound. So, how do we hear? Well, we hear from a process. The process goes like the eardrum converts the sound waves into physical vibrations in which the malleus, incus, and stapes amplify them. Then they pass into the cochlea, and the positive ions flow through and enter the nerves. The ear gathers the amplified sound waves and changes them into electrical signals. And this is the structure of the ear. So first we have the outer ear, which has the pinna, the ear canal, and the eardrum. These structures gather sound waves, and they funnel them into the ear and pass the vibrations into the middle ear. And then the middle ear only has 3 tiny bones. These bones amplify the vibrations as they transmit through and into the inner ear. And the inner ear they basically change the vibrations into electrical signals from the tiny little hairs, which they're called hair cells, lining the cochlea. The electrical signals then travel into the brain. And here's a diagram of the ear. So then see here you have the outer ear, which is basically what you can see on the outside. And then you have the middle ear, which the eardrum is here. And then the inner ear is the cochlea that sends the nerves into the brain. And that is my presentation.